Yay! Oh my gosh, we're live. We're live with our backers. Hello everybody. I'm trying to find the web page to see if that's true or if I'm just
I
talking.
thought I found the web page, but it's so quiet. Oh, there we go.
The web page, the YouTube
Yay!
link. Yes, I found it. There are people in there. Hello everybody. Welcome to our DesiQuest session 0. I guess we'll call this session 0. Does that sound right, Jasmine? Yeah, let's do that.
Can we call it like session -1 so I don't feel like session -1 so I don't feel like I'm so behind.
Session -1? Yeah, in case you want to do the 0 later. Yeah. So I'm just going to start off by saying a couple housekeeping things. One, well, this is beyond housekeeping. This is thanking the people who have built the house for us. Everybody in this chat right now is a backer. This is a backer exclusive. Thank you so much. I mean, this is possible because of you guys and everything that you've contributed. Not just financially, but with your enthusiasm, with sharing. It's been such an incredible way to start the year. To be able to like roll right into this project, at least for me personally, I'm so stoked, and to work with these fine folks, and it's really all thanks to you guys. So you guys have really built this house. So thank you. And with that said, we dropped some new a DesiQuest store because we thought, hey, maybe you want to wear the shirt before we even made a show. And we made this really cool mandala design with a D20 in the center of it. So I think we can. And this was after we submitted a design and then Jasmine looked at it and was like, can we do something else?
I did.
I was like, would anybody want to buy that? She's like,
no, but that's really pretty. I love the design.
And then
where does one go to get it?
So the link, we dropped it into chat and you can click that, and we got hoodies and t-shirts. We got women's and men's t-shirts and all sizes and a couple different colors as well. And there's some Easter eggs in there too. So if you look really closely, all of our last names are printed in the design too, which is kind of cool.
It's like a movie poster.
Yeah, it's like
guys, I need to get out more. I'm very excited. I'm so excited about all the new things that I don't know anything about. I love this.
I'm hearing people say we have no sound. Lost audio.
Oh no.
Oh, we're back. Oh,
is Anjali out of sync for anyone except me? I hate to even ask. I hate to ask that.
Let's see. Am I out of sync? I'm doing a little dance.
Yeah.
The last thing.
Yeah.
If you're out of sync,
okay, should I go away and come back?
Yeah, go away and come back.
Yeah. Go away.
I hate to be that person, like the drama queen, sort of.
I expect it from you at this point.
You're such a diva about sync specifically.
Yeah.
How about now?
I don't want to be a sync bitch.
How about now? Is it working now?
It's still a little out of.
You know what? Screw this camera. We're going back to normal. We're going back to old school.
Maybe Anjali herself is out of. She's like beyond time and space. Maybe.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Right, just going back to good old fashioned this. How about
Look at that?
You're in sync.
No,
you are in sync.
Conflict resolution.
Why would I ever try to upgrade? I am not upgrading myself. So, like, why would I upgrade my camera?
That noise just now, by the way, that cacophony was the most Daisy thing we've done yet. I really want to point that out.
Oh, yeah. No.
All talking and then laughing at our own jokes that we all made at the same time.
Shut up. That's so racist, Sandeep.
All right, chop.
So racist. Next, you're gonna say we can't talk with our hands. Like, shut up, bro.
Next, you're gonna say we can't eat on camera, which I'm totally gonna do.
Me too.
Eat our dinner late.
Yeah, I got Java. God,
okay,
help the person that tries to stop me.
That's all my housekeeping. And other than to say, Omar, Rekha, Anjali, Jasmine, welcome. Thank you for doing this show with us. I'm so excited. And Jasmine's going to take it away and lead this session. What is it? -1.5, whatever it is. Yeah.
So, really?
Oh, right when she took a bite. Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Perfect timing.
It's crazy how racist Sandeep is. It's wild. Like, it's crazy.
I'm glad you brought that up, Jasmine. I kind of wanted to talk about that too.
Yeah. We all actually wrote letters. And
this is actually an intervention.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is an intervention about my
about how
racist throws to the host.
Yeah, your North versus South Indian racism affects me in the following way.
You made a BuzzFeed list about my racism?
Yeah, the top 10 reasons you and Velma are the most offensive.
Number 4 will shock you.
Yeah.
It will. Yes, today we are going to be making some characters, and the way we're going to do that is by answering some very simple questions. We've talked a little bit preliminarily about this, but the first thing I want to ask is, what does your character do for a living, and what do they want to do for a living? Because I think those two things are sometimes very, very disparate from each other, right? How does your character feed themselves? Are they does mommy and daddy still take care of them? Are they out on their own? Did they go on a successful adventure when they were young and come back with a ruby and they've been paying their rent with it ever since? How do they keep a roof above their head? And is that the manner in which they do so? Are they happy with that? Whoever wants to start.
Great question.
Yeah, these are really good questions that we didn't get ahead of time. So,
you literally did, but that's okay.
Not the do for a living one. I'm like, oh crap, what do I do for a living?
And I would like to reserve the right to change any and all of this when we actually play the game. We're needing to right now.
We're desi. The number one thing they ask is, "Aapke papa kya karte hain? What is it?" Like, come on. You should have.
We just start with our income.
Yeah, pretty much.
Height, income.
Yeah, my parents do this. My bio data is this.
Yeah. Also, as an aside, I am going to be arranging everyone's marriage at the end of the session 0.
My gotram is this. My tutram is this.
Yeah.
So I think, like I said, I reserve the right to change any and all of this before we start. But I think my character is she is was at the very least a very, 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 very popular whatever the equivalent of Bollywood is in this magical world actress, and decided that she had a larger calling outside of the acting and outside of the singing and dancing, but she's very, very dramatic. Which is going to be so much easier for me. It'll make my life easier if she's very dramatic. Me. And as far as I think she really fell in love with nature and animals as her big cause. Like she decided that this was her pet cause when she won the equivalent of the Filmfare Award, you know. When she became nice and very, very popular in our land, in our magical land, she decided that she would take on a new personal cause, and it would be the cause of nature and animals. And she would, and so how does she make her money? I'm
paying attention. I'm also just desperately looking for a pen so I can take notes.
I literally was almost like, oh, you can use mine.
Not even looking at the camera right now.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go. I appreciate the camera.
If anybody could donate a pen to DesiQuest, any backers,
Take it. I'm just like setting it there. Take it. No, take it. Does it not work that way? I thought this is how Discord works. Why are we using Discord? If this is
Disappointment.
I think she pays her bills because she made a ton of money being an over the top dramatic star, and now she lives off of her excessive savings. She's very well off.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, she thinks money doesn't mean anything. But she also thinks that like a quart of milk is $10. So she's completely out of touch with real life.
And what's her name?
Love that.
Sitara.
Sitara.
Ooh.
Literally
Okay.
star. I love it.
The
Yeah.
morning star. She knew it. She knew it was coming. And it's a single name, like Madonna.
Right.
Wow.
Yes.
Share.
No surname. I love that.
What was Madonna's name? I didn't hear what you said. I think what was her name?
No, I said no surname. For
No
you.
surname. No sir. No surname.
That's the kind of comedy
That's happening
you're
a
gonna
lot.
get on this show.
That's gonna happen a lot.
And Sitara is retired from the stage now.
Yes, but she still breaks into back when I did such and such, back when I played such and such role. The
Her
moves and
equivalent
my
to the IMDb credits.
yes, exactly. I think she retired, but there's no retiring this woman. There's no stopping her, and there's no stopping her from acting and dancing and singing at random. And since she loves animals, who knows? It might turn into an entire Snow White thing or Snow Brown thing. Yeah, that's
Cool.
so far how far I've gotten, and she definitely has. Let's say she's used to a little magic in her life.
Ooh.
Okay. A little sauce in her life.
Accustomed to a little magic.
She's
Okay.
used to a little bit of it. She dabbles.
Yeah.
Expectant of a little magic. Okay. Okay.
Not like she runs around doing, but she was an actress, so she learned a little bit of this, a little bit of that. She does dishum dishum. She's a
Oh, she learned magic for a role. Is what you're saying?
yeah. She learned magic for a role. She learned to fight for a role.
Hey, to make an actor learn magic, you don't just do it via production or editing. You have to make it.
No. It's
Yeah.
like choreography.
Yeah.
I had to learn to fight first, and then I had to fight without hitting people. It's
This
like
theater, right?
You had to unlearn, to backpedal. So yeah, she's a method actress. You see.
Yeah, this is theater. She
This
had to
is-
understudy with a wizard in order to make the pyrotechnics
Yeah,
go off.
I really like to get deeply into the soul of the character,
Yeah.
the energy, the vibe, all of that.
Oh my gosh, chat is already making the joke that we made in our, I guess, session -2 before this, where they're saying they're calling you Snow Brown.
That's what I just said. Yeah, that's because I said that she's going to be in love with animals, so she's not Snow White, she's Snow Brown.
Oh, you said that.
I
Oh,
did.
okay.
Set it out.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, you didn't make that joke, Sandeep.
No, I didn't. I thought
you
chat
don't get
made
to
the
take
joke.
credit for it.
No,
because-
chat was like
I need to
independently
talk
made
to you
the joke.
about something else that is affecting me, and it's your personality in this channel right now.
and your racism.
Yeah.
We all came
I
with 2
agree.
letters, 2 separate letters, depending on how the night went.
Wait, this is a double intervention?
I'm so clueless. I came with nothing, so everybody had to come with backup.
Yeah.
One is about your personality. The
And
other is about your
racism.
racism.
And and we're being generous, not including your racism as part of your personality. We are being generous, separating the two.
I haven't had a double intervention since my meth addiction / terrible fashion sense intervention
Oh, yeah.
You go together well.
of 94. Anyway,
God bless the person in chat who said, "Yay, Anjali, fully on top of stuff."
Anjali's all over it.
It's all down.
Okay, should I go next? I guess since everybody's already piling on me anyway.
Your character is full. Yeah. Oh.
All right. So my character is though I am Vaharian, I was technically born in Vahar, but I haven't been back since I was a little baby. My parents emigrated to like the other side of the world as part of a Healers Without Borders program. So they left the and correct me if any of this is still not consistent with what you're building, Jasmine, but they left the the advanced civilization that is Vihar to go help out, the wood elves in the unbegotten helms.
Those poor fucking European wood elves. Yeah, they
those European.
Hold on.
They need you.
Good work.
Thank you so much. He's so in the unbegotten helms, he's from a little town called Breitzelwald. So he has an accent. Obviously he has a wood elf accent because he's from Breitzelwald. And so he has a bit of a, this might sound familiar to anybody who has ever visited Breitzelwald, but this is kind of how he talks. And
what's his name?
His name is Ashwatthama Aswini Kumar. He has difficulty pronouncing.
Don't make me fucking say that.
He has difficulty pronouncing his own name.
Ashwatthama, what is his last name?
Ashwatthama Aswini Kumar. You can call him Ash, okay?
I'm in love with you right now. Okay.
Really putting us in a tight spot there, Sandeep.
I just typed that out, and that is altogether too many A's to be in one name.
You can call me double A. You can call me Ash.
Ashwatthama
but anyway,
Kumar.
So yes,
many jokes. I'm so prepared.
Oh my god!
Now that name translates to fiery tempered healer. So I come from a family of healers, but it's not so much I'm fiery tempered. It's just that I really like fire, so I have kind of a thing for explosions. Some people, they're like, "Oh, you're a healer who is a total pyro." I guess, yeah, that's kind of my thing. And so I work for the family trade. I heal. This is how we make our money. We help out these poor Breitzelwaldens who are, in the Breitzel forest. Breitzel, for those who don't know, means pretzel. And all the trees are made out of pretzels there, and we harvest them, or they do. That's their trade in this blue collar town. And so we help heal them from their, when they get Breitzel lung. From inhaling the Breitzel dust. We've got that stuff we help them with.
Would you kindly spell Breitzelwald for us?
Yeah. Breezlwald. It translates to pretzel forest.
Pretzel forest. Yes, of course.
Jasmine, are you regretting doing this show with me?
No. This is great. This gives me a lot to work with.
So I love that.
But so my whole I guess I'll stop there. So that's the basics, and I'm coming back to Vihar. I have a very early childhood memory of my motherland that is kind of haunting and mysterious to me. I can get into specifics of that later, but I'm sort of going to explore, reconnect with my roots. And for some reason, my parents are against it. But I'm going to make it happen anyway. So I'm going back to Vihar.
Okay. Who's next?
Make it happen.
Hello. Okay, my character is named Laddu Auntie.
Laddu Auntie! Here she goes! I can't wait! I'm so excited! I can't take it!
The reason she's called that, for those who aren't familiar, laddus are like an Indian dessert, and they're really good. You could buy them at temples and stuff. They're as big as a baseball, and so good. Very sweet. And she makes the best laddu in the entire, universe. So everyone just calls her Laddu Auntie because she's your go-to to get laddu. Kind of like you see aunties in New Jersey that just make laddu in their house, and that's what restaurants buy or grocery stores buy. She's kind of everybody's auntie in a way. Maybe she is specifically one of our characters' aunties. It's probably Anjali. But in the way an auntie is just like your mom's friends, cousins, sisters, the stepsister's niece or whatever. That's auntie. So she, in a way, she provides auntie guidance to everybody. Her occupation, she's always just been able to make money off her good food. She makes really, really awesome food. She is an extremely hard worker. She doesn't have any children or a husband or a partner of any kind. So she is able to have a lot more time to get in your business, which is nice for her, as gossip is very important to her as well. That's like her main, I'd say, mode of communication is probably gossip. That's a language she speaks. She has a lot of strength, auntie kind of level strength. She can carry so much. She is not empathetic or good at speaking quietly, I would say. And I would say that she's skilled in like shoe fighting, like throwing a chapel when necessary, and guilt tripping. So kind of manipulating you into doing something that maybe you don't want to do.
Okay. Yeah. I love it.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Omar.
I'll be excited about that character. Maybe try.
Did you say that? Sorry, I was half paying attention to chat. But did you say that like she has Ludus at like all times, kind of thing? Is that still true?
I think she for sure has Ludus at all time. That's like sustenance. That's the mana or whatever that she eats and gives to people. And I think too, something she's very good at is like recycling food. I don't know if that would be a specific skill, but like something my aunties are very good at. Like my Patti, we had potato curry and there was leftovers. So the next day she turned them into sandwiches, and then there were leftover sandwiches. So the next day she turned them into kofta. And I think that's incredible.
Yeah.
Always turning it into food.
Where's that masterclass? That's incredible.
Exactly. That's your $1 million idea right there.
No, that reminds me so much of like going to school. Like my mom would take leftover sabji, like whatever it was, if it was like carrots and peas, whatever it was, and she would put it in a panini press with a slice of cheese. Oh yeah. To this day, that is like my having any type of desi sabji in bread with a slice of just Kraft American cheese on it. Over there, we didn't have Kraft. We had Amul. But still, it is like just that will take me to a whole different plane of existence where I'm like, this is real food. When you take leftovers, you take leftover dal and you put it in your roti, that's real cooking.
Yes.
It's incredible. I made like cilantro mint chutney and tomato chutney sandwiches for Diwali for like my friends. And then I had leftovers and I just smashed them into balls and fried them in spices, and I did the kofta thing. I was like, I'm incredible.
Yeah.
I'm a magician.
Yeah. 100%.
You know what I do? I find friends like you and my mom, and then I have all y'all, and people say, what do you want to do? Are you going to bring over some Indian food? I'm like, I am. Let me just make a trip to my mom's. And I will bring that on over. So I like Laddu Auntie very much. I think I tell you for many. But there will be much mooching. Excessive mooching.
Yes.
Okay, Omar, what is your character's name?
I will be playing eccentric inventor Murka Anajan.
Oh, spell it for me.
Murkha Anajan.
Cool.
And I've seen some folks write it with 2 A's for the last name. But no matter how many A's you use, it does translate out to someone who is ignorant of their own foolishness. And that really kind of sets the stage for my character.
I was gonna say, is it Murak dumbass? Or am I crazy? Okay,
no, you're completely correct.
I was like, when I was writing it down, and as I heard it, when you said Murak, I was like, so idiot. Like your name is idiot.
MURAKH, not KH.
Is that Hindi?
Yes, Murak and Punjab. I think in Punjabi it means the same thing, but like Murak is like a very like an what do you call it? Like an imbecile. Like it's a word for foolish. That's the perfect word. Foolish. Someone who is very foolish.
Wait, is he Murak or Murkha? Because it sounded like Murkha. A lot of people.
Murka down.
Oh, you put Murka down. Okay, okay.
But it's the same root, right? It's like
it's the same root. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so he's he's a problem solver. He's a problem solver by nature because he creates so many problems that really he's got no choice but to try to solve them to the best of his ability.
Okay.
And from that, like in today's society, people who are very good at presenting and marketing can make a very good living, even if they are, Marcos themselves.
Yeah.
So he's incredibly wealthy, has made a huge name for himself and a huge brand. This is the kind of guy who you would like bump into when he's just like, oh yeah, I'm taking a boat to go buy another boat. And you're like, oh, okay, great. That sounds wonderful,
this is my main boat. This is my
This is my
my
main
like
boat.
shopping cart boat. This is the one I
This
take
is the boat I take to buy more boats.
Yeah.
Do you want one? And you don't know if he's selling you one or if he's going to give it to you. Like you have no read on this guy.
Yeah,
Completely.
Succession of you. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, absolutely chaotic. Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely chaotic.
He reminds me of and let me know if I'm wrong on this, but like the the toad from the animated.
From Wind the Willows?
Yeah, just like, I'm gonna buy a car. And it's like,
You understand me
dude,
exactly.
don't. Like, you don't know how to drive. And he's like, then he crashes the car and he's like, I'm gonna buy a boat. He gets a boat and he sinks the boat and he's like, oh, I'm gonna buy another car.
That's exactly Marca. That's exactly to a T of just like, and like walks away from the accident, just like flipping the scarf and just like, well, that was interesting. And just continues on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
He's Mr. Toad.
I'm just curious, has he sort of like fallen backwards into all of this, all these riches? Like he's just sort of, stumbled into it all, or is it like, does he have some genius to him?
I think there is genius. I think there's a drop of genius in the mix because clearly like he gets some things right. But I do think we all know people who have found success because they throw enough darts, because they have sort of like a little lowercase narcissism that allows them to just not worry about failure. And that's him. Nothing will ever get him down, push him back. And he has no hesitation whatsoever when it comes to just like trying something or purporting to be the expert in something.
I love this exceptionally. I love this so much because I feel like you and I have created exceptionally rich, exceptionally clueless characters.
Mhm.
You're
very
so
happy.
well funded.
I'm very, very happy about that. Just out of touch, right? We're not stupid. We're just wildly out of touch with reality.
Exactly.
Probably low wisdom, two very low wisdom characters with a Laddu auntie who's probably exceptionally high wisdoms to make up for that, Yeah.
Please, we would hope so.
Is there an ability score for snark? Because I feel like I need to have it.
Yeah. I think, like I said, I think Desi people have that by default,
Yeah, I mean, she's a little extra because I'm really excited about getting under Auntie's skin.
Oh shit! What if Auntie hits you with the nipple though?
I know how to push the buttons. I mean, because she's really my auntie, like I don't know.
You need to do very little to push your buttons.
like the kind of thing where like I lean over and be like, oh my god, you guys watch this. Auntie.
I feel like all you have to do is be like, do what I do at the temple, and just like take a bite of something and be like, this has a lot of salt in it.
Literally when I was just gonna be like, Auntie, these
this doll is a little salty.
I'm just gonna have a very high dexterity because I'm gonna be dodging chuckles.
like the other move. The other move I feel like is like take a half-eaten plate of food and head towards the trash.
Whoa! I got real life scared from that.
Oh
Just head in the direction of the trash with food still on your plate.
I was just in India and one of my aunties was like, do you want rasam? And I was like, no, I'm okay. And she's like, and I was like, I okay, fine, I'll have a little bit. And she puts a little bit and she's like, why don't you have more? I'm like, I already said, yeah, you can't move the goalpost. I already had this.
Yeah.
I don't want any more.
Yeah.
So irritated so easily.
To this day, my like a steel cup full of milk. Me and my brother talk about this. Will be every night. when I first moved to India, my grandmother, God rest her soul, miss her so much, I was on a dairy farm in Punjab, and the best treat you can give anybody, it's a luxury, is a glass of milk. It's like this is liquid gold.
With the cream on top?
With the cream on top. Like this is you don't understand. Like this is like love. Like, we only get one bucket of this, And every night my grandma, hot milk, plain, nothing in it, to an American 9-year-old who's used to drinking Nesquik in a steel cup this big. And I remember my dad would give me this look like, don't fucking say, and I'd be like, me and my brother to this day talk about that. We'll WhatsApp each other or FaceTime each other and be like, do you remember drinking those giant steel glasses? Hot milk, no sugar, no nothing.
Yes.
Every night.
My aunt gave me one of those once, but it was my first trip to India and I didn't know about the cream top. And so I went like,
yeah, you get a mouthful of malai. And my mom would be like, when I was a little girl, I used to pick that off and have sugar on it. And that was my favorite part. And I was like, that's disgusting. Like, you're disgusting. What do you mean? There's like a big layer. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah.
I don't know that I've ever had that. So I might have something during this time.
Next time, yeah, come.
I'm not just following. Am I kidding?
Yeah, come visit, and we'll give me and Rekha will give you a giant steel cup. You don't understand how big this is.
That's a very bad idea.
It's such a big fucking cup. It's like
can we get that for merch as well? I think that this is
like a giant steel cup.
It's actually already on the store.
Milk? Can you sell milk in the merch store?
Yes, the milk comes with the cup. I thought you meant the milk, not the cup. It's the milk itself is what's sold in the store.
Yeah, no, the cup's not important.
It's actually just the cream top.
The cup separately. Hello, make some money.
I will say, with Jasmine setting up that like this is like liquid love, us selling just the cup and nothing in it is such an insult. Anyway, here's the empty vessel.
Yeah,
because we don't love you.
Oh man.
Oh no. God. Okay. So
talking about next.
Yes. Next up, something I want to talk about is we're talking about who your character kind of is. Now we're gonna kind of like try to maybe build a relationship map a little bit. Like who in your character's life is really important to them. And is that relationship positive one or negative one? Is it like, oh, my dad is the most important person in my life, but we can't get along, so we're not around, like if we're around each other for more than an hour, we fight. Or is it my ex-husband, or is like, who is like the most important character in your life? And is that relationship positive, negative? Is it one-sided? Is it someone you're in love with, they don't love you back? Is it the girl that you're arranged to marry and maybe you don't want to marry her? Like, what is the biggest thing that's kind of like, what is your biggest human relationship, I guess? And from there, we'll talk about what is like the biggest event that's happened to you in your life.
Wow.
Yeah. But the second one you have time to think about.
I've got one in my back pocket if folks need a little bit more time.
Well, sorry, real quick before you go, what was the second question? I missed that a little bit.
What would your character consider the biggest event of their life?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this might be, I know you said, human, but I'm just going for like the biggest connection I have. And if this is incorrect or throws anything off, let me know. But I would love to have a, like mechanical, like friend that I built. Like he is like, he can do things. Like he is good with like machines, and designing and building. And so I would love to have sort of this like, mechanical red panda named Butcha that like I treat as a child. This is like the closest, like I have a little seat for this thing, and like the greatest softest blankets, even though it's technically like an animated robot, like the world's like luxuries are treated to Butcha, and I'm just like the nicest. I pour all my love and affection. It's the closest person to me on the entire planet. This is to me my heart and my soul. Also, I have a driver, but that person does not receive any of those affections whatsoever.
Okay. I have a very, I guess, like serious question though. is Butcha like would Butcha pass the Turing test? Like, is this like a self-aware AI, or is this like a not quite there yet?
I think I'm so happy to workshop this out. I kind of want to throw onto the table. I think it's funnier if not really. Like if it doesn't quite pass the Red Panda Turing test.
The Red Panda Turing test.
Like it is kind of like a little janky, like a little bit, where it was like one of the first little guys I designed, and it's just like, or maybe not. Maybe it's recently, and you're like, wow, did you make that when you were a child? And he's like, no. Oh wow, this is your best effort. Okay, my dude. But yeah, I think it's a little janky. I'm gonna put that forth. If we find more wealth in like character of it being like a passable sentient creature, then I'm very happy for that to change. But as of right now, I think it's a little sparky little guy.
Yeah. What's your driver's name?
That's a great question.
He doesn't even know. Like the character.
No, he hasn't.
I will maybe
He just calls him Driver.
His name is Driver. His name is Driver.
Yeah.
And I think
all of a sudden this is some white tiger shit about to happen. I don't know.
Yeah, no, this is some like friggin'
go down.
I think Murka really thought that his name is Driver. Like that is like that's like a first name. And then later it's like, I had no idea. Like what? I thought it was a coincidence the whole time.
For car is car. Why would you?
Yeah. I'm into it. Okay.
So sad.
I have been somewhat obsessed with a particular animal for a amount of time. Sorry, you guys, I'm amulet. The people won't listen to my do not disturb. Because I don't really know how to turn it on. Hey, shut up! I figured out Discord for once. We get a step in the right direction. So I do want her to have an animal companion. That tricky thing is, I feel like for her, this is her, like this is her actual budgie, this is her actual child, but it's a dick. This animal companion is just like lovely to her, not so lovely to the rest of the world.
Yes.
And definitely speaks. I think it speaks. I don't know if that's a thing we can do in this world, but I have decided I have decreed it.
I think at a minimum, you would be able to speak to it for sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then from there, we can ascertain if it can speak to other people or if other people have the ability to speak to it. But yeah.
I know what its voice sounds like in my head, and I'm very happy about it.
Good.
And then also, she has a very famous actor husband, but you rarely see them together, and it's always because the two of them, you're like, I'm jet setting off to do this thing, and he's jet setting off to do that thing, and we're like for all intents and purposes to the rest of the world, we are the power couple, the perfect life, and we shall leave it at that. And I've decided to go on my special cause, and how lovely that he treats me as such an independent woman and allows me to go and make my way on my own, doing things. I don't know how much more we should go into that.
Yeah. What's his name?
Amitabh.
Amitabh Bachchan.
How do you not know? I mean, duh.
Amitabh Rukhan.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know yet, but it will be magnificent. I just when you were asking us what our closest relationship was, I thought you meant our closest human relationship, and then I forgot about my animal. And then of course I'm Andy, because I'm not allowed to, really not completely allowed to go off on my own.
Can I pitch it like an agent type person or relationship for you or something?
Oh yes, very much like a Tommy Mottola and Mariah Carey situation. I like it. I don't like
whatever.
But yeah, I think that again, reserving the right to divorce it before the show begins.
In my mind, you're married to Dharmender. Like I don't know what it is.
That is. Well, his name. You mean that's his name, Dharmender?
Yeah, because I love Bollywood classic Sholay. And I feel like you would be like the female like love interest in that, and then it has two icons of Bollywood cinema, Amitabh and Dharmender, and for some reason I just feel like this is Dharmender, like that, like that's
All
like
right.
who your guy is.
I love it. Let's call him Dharmender. But I call him. What do I call him? Many. I call him Many. Many and I.
That's so
When
good.
we were taking a trip overseas to this place, maybe you've heard of it. It's called what's it called?
The Unbegotten Helms.
The Unbegotten Helms. Oh yeah, we did.
You went to Breitzelwald?
You went to Breitzelwald?
I went there. We were doing this special concert. We're doing this special concert for charity.
Oh, for the unfortunate people.
I loved it so much. I just had to leave because too many carbs. Too many carbs.
I'm an unfortunate person. Why don't you help me around the house?
Rekha's already an auntie. Rekha's already
there. The concerts
there.
caused a stampede, and we had a lot of people in our offices that day that were just they were so in love with you.
I can't help it if that's the effect I had on people.
I love how everyone's reaction would be like, "Why would you go to Breitzelwald? That place is a shithole." Like,
everyone decided that.
Free.
But again, I had to leave because there were everything. It's just all pretzels. It's all carbs all the time, and I can't.
Yeah.
I've got to keep my girlish figure.
The only seasoning they use is salt. Like
salts, yes. And we actually harvest the salt, or they harvest the salt from the tears of Pegasi.
God.
What is happening?
Okay, anyway.
Why are they
sounds
speaking so much?
like a shithole. I just need you to know your hometown sounds like a fucking shithole. Like it just sounds horrible.
That is very rude.
Depending on what people are eating these days, it also sounds like paradise. Because a land of pretzels is not so awful.
Yeah.
I'm in New York. I want a New York pretzel. That's what happens.
Even if you get pretzel lung and the salt is from tortured animals.
We haven't talked about the pretzel lung is the sad thing.
You get pretzel lung and the salt comes from tortured animals, Anjali. Like,
I mean, someone has to suffer somewhere. I never said that she was a good person. I never said that she was good. I said she had a cause.
In an attempt to be good someday.
Snow White, who's like, there's no.
And also, I think she likes animals better than she likes people.
That's fair.
Except for Pegasi.
I was gonna say, except for Pegasi.
Because the tears are so
When I was
yummy.
a child, I had a bad experience with a Pegasus. It was very awful. I didn't like it. It almost trampled me, and ever since then, I've had it out for those animals. I don't like them.
All right, well, I guess we'll jump to my character then, since we're in Breitzelwald anyway. So I'll start with the event because I think that'll lead in well. So I only have this I've never been back to Bihar, and I only have this early childhood memory of my motherland. Like I don't really see specifics except but I know how it feels, those early memories where I just know that there's a lot of chaos and danger. About what specifically I don't know. My parents were yelling, arguing. There was a lot of fear, but all I can see as a baby is out the window. I could see very far in the distance this large mountain, and for whatever reason that mountain gave me great calm. And it was almost like it was speaking to me, telling me that I'd be okay, kind of a thing. And so that's just this memory that sort of haunted me. The story that my parents gave was they don't reference that at all. They just are no, we just left. We wanted to help these poor pretzel lunged people. And I'm going back to my motherland to like reconnect with my roots and climb that mountain. And all I know is my parents are like kind of against this. And so a couple relationships. One is I have a patron, like we have a family patron, and we don't have a great connection with this patron. And I don't know what's up with that either. My parents are very cryptic about that. And so I'm also kind of thinking, well, maybe I can go back and reconnect with the patron in some way. This god that's supposed to be imbuing us with these powers. And my parents, they very much would prefer I marry a Viharian, but I secretly have a secret wife.
Oh,
what elf?
Oh,
A
what?
wood elf.
I thought you were just like, oh my.
A whole
Her name is
life?
Dita, and we have a secret child too.
Dita.
Yeah, Dita.
That's a secret family, dog.
Yeah, it's a whole. Yeah, that's. Oh my gosh, it's a whole secret family.
And your parents don't know?
My parents don't know. No, they don't know that they are grandchildren. They are grandparents.
We spent so long talking about the pretzel forest and not this, and that's why.
Dude, who gives a fuck about the pretzel, Sandeep? What the fuck, dude?
I fell in love under a pretzel tree. It was actually a gluten-free one.
Who cares
There you
about
go.
that?
There you go.
How old are your kids?
Impossible tree.
Impossible.
Sorry, I'm obsessed with the
I'm
tree.
very happy about these
Fell in
decisions.
love under a pretzel tree. I saved her father from the pretzel lung, and we fell in love. And I couldn't tell my parents; they would be so disappointed. And so we just, had a secret tryst or 7, and then out came a little half wood elf, half Viharian child. That is, I try to see on the weekends, and whenever I can get away from my parents. So part of this whole mission for me too is to reconnect with my culture, so that because I feel like I don't quite fit in as a wood elf, of course, because I'm not, even though I sound like one, and I look like a Viharian, but I don't know the culture either. So I kind of want to reconnect with my culture so that my son isn't suffering from the same sadness that I suffer from, which is like I kind of don't know who I am. Okay, I'm going to leave now.
I'm taking notes. My bad. I'm taking notes.
I like it. I'm gonna tell you, you may be the only human being that the Sitara likes.
A secret baby. That is the ballsy shit any Desi person has ever done in a character. That's
Yeah.
secret baby. Like that's
Secret
crazy.
baby. Is there like some version of like FaceTime or something in this world? Like I can secretly be FaceTiming my son.
A fantasy WhatsApp.
There's gonna be a spell somewhere for us to have WhatsApps with our family.
A spotty portal that I can try to check in and see my son every once in a while.
Or is it fantasy 90s where you have to get like a international calling card loaded up with cash?
and speak really loudly into it, like hello, hello, hello.
You have to like yell.
Yeah.
Wow. What a twist. Okay.
Well, no pressure, Omar, but you're up.
Is this for the greatest moment of my life?
Yeah, what's the most important moment of your life?
I mean, aside from hearing that backstory, I think for my guy, I'm gonna keep it real simple, real trim. I think that one time he was hiking, just for the sport of it. He does a lot of things solely for the sport of them, and I think that one time he slipped, and like a nearby like villager was there and like quickly caught him, and it wasn't. He almost like fell to his death, but like the save was just a quick like hey and grabbed like the arm and pulled him up. And I think in that moment he experienced humility sort of for the first time, and as a self-defense mechanism his brain kind of doubled up on ego on top of that, and he was just like I'm a man of the people. And I think that's it. Like, he's lived the most extraordinary life. If we have blimps in this world, he's been on blimps over mountains. He's gone, like, he's done everything. He's one of those guys that's like, oh yeah, like, hike through Nepal, easy, whatever.
Yeah.
This was a moment that he tells stories to people. This is gonna get me in trouble, but I'll say it because this is backers only. Definitely work for someone who hadn't really done like jobs before and was just like very wealthy, and sometimes they'll talk about the one job that they had done as if it was like the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of basing this off of that. So if you're ever at a party with him, that's the story he tells you. Like, this one time I slipped and nearly fell.
Yeah. Okay.
The look is
Rekha?
everything.
Yeah.
Who's important to you, and what is the most important event of your life?
Yeah, I think any type of family, anyone that she can remotely call family is important, and specifically taking care of them is important. I think Ladwanji needs to feel needed. If she doesn't feel needed, she like loses some of her ability and her confidence. So like, for example, if she would love to take care of like a niece or a nephew, if they wanted to move out, that would really wound. I think maybe the biggest event of her life is maybe maybe that she couldn't have her own children. I think she never was with anybody and she didn't want to be, but she also maybe is not able to have children. And I think that is sad and depressing for her. So she makes everybody in the entire world her children, basically.
Yeah.
That's another sad story.
Can I throw a real life thing at you, and you can pilfer from it if you want,
Please.
because it's my kakiba, who essentially raised my mom and all of her siblings. She was not their mom; she was their aunt technically, but they all grew up thinking that she was her mom, because she like was the most motherly to them. Like their actual mom, and my actual grandmother, was like pretty checked out. Like my guess is that she had like basically had undiagnosed postpartum depression, and no one knew anything about that, and so she just like, totally checked out. And the reason why Kakiba could never have kids is because she was betrothed to a man that was 40 years her senior, and after, maybe not 40, maybe it was 30 years or something like that, but it was way, way older. She was mortified. This was when she was 14. She was mortified by being betrothed to that person. She was so scared. And then 6 months later, he died of like the 1918
Influenza.
Yeah.
What?
So like a whole bunch of my family, apparently, I found this recently, that a whole bunch of my family like was wiped out by that flu. Like there's like 3 survivors. But anyway, that's another crazy story. But the Kakiba thing that's interesting is that because she was technically widowed, she could never marry, and it was like just you're not allowed to marry or have kids. And so she always wanted to have kids, and then so she just took it upon herself like to raise all of these children.
Oh my
So
God.
you can feel free to like kind of steal some of that or use some of
Kakiba.
So sad.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Damn, what is wrong with you, Sandeep? What? How dare you do pretzel forest and this shit, dude?
Third letter, in fact. Yeah.
Third letter.
The old pretzel and switch.
This is now a triple intervention, dude. What the fuck?
Into some sort of shame that made her not allowed to get, even try to have kids or something, or like some sort of secret where she ended up like if her sibling died and she took the kids as her own kind of thing to give them a normal life. So that's sad as shit. Damn.
Well, I'm still your relations, but you don't think much of me.
I feel like, how are you really? Are you my actual niece?
I feel like I thought I was your actual niece, but we could change that.
No, that totally works.
Though, like I'm I would imagine I'm a little bit of a not black sheep, because if you're gonna be an actor, this is the way to do it in Vahat. but also that the big fancy lifestyle and the parties and the drinking and all that. There's a lot of rumors maybe that make you want to, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you're my only like biological niece or something, and like there's like a billion cousins or whatever on the other side, and also any person you know and any human being on the street or in the grocery store.
As much as I push your buttons, I feel like we're talking so much about things that should probably come out in game, but I'm going to say it anyway, because not everybody's here. As much as I like pushing your buttons, I really, really love you. Like you're really,
I think likewise.
You're really very, very like the closest thing I have to a confidant right now. The closest thing I have to any kind of human.
Maybe like proxy daughter, proxy mother sort of situation. Yeah,
you'd never know if you met us for 5 minutes.
No, exactly. Yeah, I love that.
yeah.
What is the most important event from Sitara's life?
I feel like this that's happening right now is a sign that I really can't think of it because I know what I want. I know the effect I want it to have. Just don't know what the event.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell me the effect you want, and maybe we can fill it in together.
There is a desperate fear of being irrelevant or forgotten, not important. Like a desperate fear that she won't matter.
You mean all of our real fears as actors?
Yeah. What if?
But that she doesn't matter. Part of the reason that she wants to be friends with so many animals is because she's afraid that everyone in her life is going to leave. And she's afraid that and if she takes on this cause, maybe people will like her more, because I think she's also desperately afraid that all of the adoration she gets is really a big lie and it's all going to disappear.
Yeah.
And people will just.
What if we did something where, let's go like actual Indian like news and gossip. Okay. What if like at some point in your career you worked with a director a lot, and then it came out that director had mafia ties or mob ties, so they lost everything, and you watched them lose their social standing, their friend circle, their money, everything, and they went from being like this big sort of like person and this one scandal.
Basically watch someone very, very powerful get canceled.
Yeah. But like, just like over a scandal.
That's Bollywood as hell.
But very, I think it's very important that person is a female.
Yeah.
It was so impressive because she was a woman who seemed invincible to me, and she was like my North Star. Like this is.
Maybe she even gave you like your first big role, like your first breakout role.
She was my mentor. She was. She taught me. She taught me everything I know about the entertainment industry and surviving it as a woman, and then that happened. And maybe if we're going to go extreme here, maybe something rather awful befell her because of those ties.
Ooh. Yeah.
And I'm just terrified that, like, not only will I be relevant, but I will genuinely disappear.
Yeah.
Not afraid of being attacked. I'm afraid of not existing.
Just for people that might not know, this is like, for some reason, something that happens in India media a lot.
Yeah.
Like, find out that people have ties to Dons. Like, this is like, so if you're like, why is this normal?
Horrible thing. And I hope I don't get in trouble for being A, a bad Indian, and B, misspeaking right now, because I know how horrible this was. But when a few years ago, when that actor was found dead in and they thought that the girl was dating was connected to the mafia, and that she had somehow been responsible for him dying. Like, that whole thing, it exists. It's out there.
It seems unrealistic, like when you talk to Americans about it, but it is very prevalent in Bollywood.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, there's like a huge criminal underworld, and there's
Yeah, and they're very connected to Bollywood. Let's put it this way:
they're all Italians.
It is so prevalent that on a Western TV show, I played the head of the Mumbai Mafia.
Yeah,
that's how prevalent it is. That a big show is
Yeah, Dons are like well connected and like in the entertainment industry. So
what are they called in Hindi? Like what's the
Don?
Is there a word for Don? Oh, is it really Don?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're famous. A lot of them will go and live in Dubai. Like, but people like what's crazy to me is like people know who they are. They like know their names and they know who they are, but the police can't. Like we have real life what's this name? Al Capone's like in India that are operating today. Like, and the police can't get enough information on them or can't prove something, or they move to Dubai and they're handling things remotely. And a big part of like their power is like the entertainment industry and controlling like actors.
I also just thought of something that I'll tell you after. So yeah, I think
we're all marked now. So cool.
No, we're joking.
So yeah, that's Scoop.
Let me throw this out quick. So it's 7:00 now.
Yes.
How much longer did you want to go, Jasmine?
I think I only had like one more question, which we can answer very quickly. And it's like, when your character is faced with a big problem, how do they handle it? Do they use diplomacy? Do they fast talk their way out of it? Do they let their fists do the talking? Like, if you have a conflict, and I'll just put the same scenario in front of all of you, and you can tell me how you want to handle it.
Ooh,
okay. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You have commissioned someone to come to your house and do some work. After the work is completed, you're not happy with the quality of the work, and the mystery is like overcharging you. How does your character deal with this? Like, maybe the agreed upon price was 2,000 rupees. Now they're charging you. They're telling you, oh, it's this. It's 3,000 rupees. And also you're looking at the job they did with the marble and it's not wonderful.
I shame them. I immediately shame them. My power is shame. And it's so much, part of it is, you think I'm an idiot because I'm a woman? Do you think I'm stupid? Do you think I'm dumb?
Emotional manipulation. Got it.
Emotional manipulation. But like warfare, like emotional warfare. Because I think as good as she is at sweet talking, she is also as good as that at like putting you in your place and shit.
Yeah.
Isn't there a spell called a third level spell?
100%. Yeah. No, I mean, there kind of is. You could vicious mockery them. Sandeep.
Yeah. I don't think I'm a immediately vengeful person, especially for something that's just money related. I think I would let that wash off me a little bit. But I will say this: were he to return to like my doctor's office at some point for needing some heals, let's just say I'm good at healing, but I also kind of like easily zone out. And if something like is flickery or looks tantalizingly like something I could set on fire, like I just sort of do it. Like I'm a little bit leap before I look when it comes to magic, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't.
You just live with the shitty floor. You'd be like that's fine.
Yeah, for like months, for years, I would be like fine. I'd be like, it's okay.
So non-confrontational.
But then, like, it might come out, years later where he's like, I got pretzel lung or whatever. And I'll be like, okay, let me get into that. And then I'll just kind of maybe, maybe a kidney explodes. I don't know. Have you ever heard a kidney explode? Oh, sounds so cool. I don't wish harm upon anybody, but it sounds really wild.
But you'll do it.
I'm so excited. This is research for my next role.
I had kind of a mechanic idea. Can I just throw it at you real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
And you can tell me if it's stupid or not. Like I just like the idea that he is a healer and he's like good at healing, but he also like, because he has this like love of things pyrotechnic, that he like maybe has a couple spells that can cause some damage, heavy damage. And that my thought was, but he's a little bit chaotic, so like maybe there's a slight chance of either of those backfiring in the sense that like if he's trying to heal there's like a
Yeah.
1% chance it'll totally go awry. And
Yeah, no, I'm into it.
Situation.
I'm
and
into it.
same thing with the
I'm very
damage.
into
Like he's trying to throw damage at somebody, and like there's a chance he might heal them.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really
Okay.
good.
Laddu auntie.
I think her very first step, you know, she sees the job that's Poi done. She's like, hey, Araya, what is this? You know, and then makes it, like, explain it to me. Explain to me that you think you did a good job. So like very aggressive. And
Very aggressive. Okay. So
I
the
think
opposite of Sandeep.
yes, very, very aggressive. Like, why would I pay for this? I'm not paying for this. No,
Yeah.
I'm paying for this. I didn't pay for a bad job. I paid for a good job. And if it escalates further than that, she can hit them with their shoe.
Violent.
She'll take a nearby scarf, or she'll take a pillow. But the shoe is like kind of the ultimate
Mhm.
weapon.
Mhm.
And you know, she might go slappers only if she has to, kind of a rage like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just different
Yeah.
angles on the there's different ways the shoe is. I love
Yeah.
that. Can I
Yeah.
just a pitch, like even if he was doing a good job, I feel like she would do she would still
And then if she's like winking towards camera, she's like, this will reduce the price. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's trying to haggle at Best Buy, you know, she's trying
Yes.
to
Yeah.
get her
Yeah.
deals
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
All right, Omar, you have a fucked up floor and a 3,000 rupee bill.
Murka walks in, glances at the fucked up floor, and goes like, "Huh, creative," and then just keeps going. Pays the bill.
So also very non-confrontational.
Yeah, there's no problem.
I like that the two women are like, fuck yeah!
Like, you pay me now. You did a bad job. You have to pay me.
Yeah.
Don't mess with her.
Oh my god.
I'm the good cop. I'm the good cop.
And I'm very, very bad.
Just like any classic
man.
Desi composition, the Desi women are what's gonna like solve the problems for
Right.
this party. Like,
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
very
The
true. Like,
ramen boys are sitting on their ass eating.
yes, exactly.
It's not my fault. There's so many good laddus here. What do you want from me?
I can just imagine like any mundane interaction, like, oh, you go to buy things from this store, and he says, oh yeah, you can have this leather armor. It's just 6,000 gold. And I feel like the two of you will be like, yeah, that seems like a fair price. And then the other two are gonna be like, what? No, it's not. What are you talking about?
A good day, and she turns around thinking they're gonna chase after. Like, no, please, we'll reduce the price.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Which is what my dad does in store.
Amazing.
Just
Yeah.
marching out Trader Joe's every single
Yeah.
day.
Question from the audience, real quick, from
Mhm.
David McDaniels: is Bronze playing any characters in addition to being a DM?
Ooh, hello.
I will, as always, have a cadre of NPCs, some of whom you will love and some of whom you will hate.
Love it.
But
Very
until
much.
such a time
Love and
that,
hate that.
yeah, I probably won't be playing a character per se, but a non-player character.
I love you all. I must run.
Yes.
Mhm,
Hey,
mhm.
thank you so
very
much,
excited.
everybody. This was so fun.
I'm also very excited that this has been apparently recorded because you know me, I forget things as soon as I disappear. So very exciting.
Thank you so much for joining session -7. And there'll be 6 more of these before our show.
Before our show, we're on different characters next time.
No,
love
it's
you
gonna be great.
guys.
This is awesome. All right, bye everybody. Thanks to all the backers out there. Oh, hey, before everybody goes, I know Anjali, if you've got a jet. Before everybody else goes, Omar and I have a weekly podcast, and we're gonna be doing it right and literally now. So please, backers, join us over. We'll drop it. Yep, it's just dropped into chat right now. Jump over there. We're gonna like probably take a quick little pee-pee break. And then be right on to, I think we'll do like a, an after show, like talk shit about everybody, Omar, like you and I just kind of dish and really get into the nitty-gritty
Rekha,
of that.
let's get the 4th letter ready.
Yeah.
I'm preparing it right now. Yeah.
I already forgot that I'm the goat. I forgot I'm the scapegoat here. Okay. Anyway, join us there after we pee. But thank you so much for jumping in. This is super fun. I cannot
Thanks,
wait.
everyone.
I'm so